this opening where you both dash forward and then dash back. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It's a waste of time to dash back. You can dash forward and not do anything, and you cannot dash. You can just walk. But if you dash forward and back, and they like imagine if he didn't do it too, right? He just gets the weapon for free because you wasted time to dash back, or he can approach you for free because you're in a cooldown for dashing backwards. You don't really want to force yourself to just be like in that recovery when you could just be moving forward. You can move into your weapon, so you shouldn't dash like that. It's just not that good.
Alright.
So he gets the weapon, but it doesn't really matter because he doesn't hit you. That was good. The good hit, the first hit was fine, and the second hit is just like the common read. So both those are good. Nothing really to change except you keep track of it for next time. He dodges away, obviously, so now you know that. And he didn't punish you for it either, so. Okay, this is an entire sequence that's really bad for me. Your sidelight loses out. Honestly, it shouldn't. But that's whatever. Like, looking at how big it is, realistically, it's just weird that this loses out. Lance is just big, I guess. It didn't really hit him, but it's just a bad circumstance. What you do after is the problem. When you get hit by Lance there, or like Lance in general, you don't want to keep dodging up. You want to move downwards, kind of. Dodging up like this just gets you trapped in a loop, and like now you see he gets one Sarah, and then he just gets, because you have no dodge, Sarah into Dere is true, right? So he gets Sarah and he gets Dere right back on it. So you want to watch the first dodge, and this is true for a lot of things. Like you always gotta figure out what dodge is right and what weapon. This is never the right dodge for Lance, because what does every Lance player want to do when they hit you, right? They hit you and then they want to jump hit you again. Same thing. So Sarah. And then when you jump, he has no dodge, he gets Sarah into Dere. It's not true, but you have no dodge, so you're not going to get out of it. It's not possible. Because he got Sarah Dere, now you have to either wake up or do something, and you wake up with a Sarah, but honestly, I'm like just being real, if this was any like good player, you're just going to die waking up like that. You have your dodge back by now. Dodging, but you've already put yourself in a terrible 50-50 because you can dodge down and he dares you again, or you can dodge up and he stares you. You never want to be in this position in the first place. So, and this all started from what? One bad dodge, right? So I'm just saying, be careful with the first mistake is where you start picking up and it's just like, it's not going to work out for you. Luckily, he's terrible and just autopilot stairs. This was good punish with the axe there, except you don't follow it up with the downlight, so make sure you always get the max damage you can get. You're throwing your weapon a lot and it's not like throwing your weapon is one thing, but you're just like tossing it on the ground. Like even if he was near you, this isn't gonna hit anything. It's gonna go through him. So you gotta be careful when you throw out weapons like this. I mean that sig was just like punishable anyway. He could have done. Nah, if you gave yourself a lot of room, like you have this much distance to work with, at this point, don't even jump, cause he can't come at you at the ground. You can move before, like you can move around towards him or away from him, before he even gets the chance to sidelight you. That's why he did jump Sarah. There's no way he was gonna sidelight you, but you didn't. You jumped just out of fear, and he got the Sarah. So if you have that distance, don't jump. Basically, because it's like, what can he do? He can jump Sarah you, and he can come up to you and sidelight. I would recommend you don't throw out a sig like this and just like neutral, but I'm not even gonna lie, it wasn't even that terrible. I personally wouldn't throw out sigs, but that's just different for me because I don't throw out sigs anymore. As you keep going, that sig is fine, just a nice bad sig. This guy doesn't get a lot of damage off, so it doesn't really matter. Sidelight, and then you Sarah again, that's fine, and then you punish. This is not very good, just like as a thing, because look at what you do to yourself here. You keep going and that's fine, and you're just carrying on because it's canon. This is how you play it, right? Okay, sorry about that. What I was saying is right here. You see how okay you've put yourself in a position where it's like you're hitting him and you have good momentum. But you also fucked up because you're not keeping track of yourself. You're just carrying on like, oh, I'm fucking him, right? You're hitting him, you're getting your hits in, and you lose everything, but you didn't pay attention to it. You didn't keep track of the fact that you lost everything. So by the time you've carried him across the map and you want to keep your shit going, you're throwing out a move that you can't carry on towards him because you have no jumps. You jump Sair, you jump again, you Sair. Now you chase dodge towards him because it's all you have left. But there's nothing you can do. You just stare at the ground because you can't go far enough. So I'm saying, my problem here is you don't keep track of your options. After this Sair, you should just land, and then you can look for whatever else you need. You can't do anything with this. You have no jumps. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Just take a second, like, and cannon's a weapon where it's like, it's smarter to just be doing moves. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I see a lot of cannon players, even in high elo, they just throw out moves, and it's fine, it works. Like, Snowy, if you watch Snowy play, he throws out a bunch of moves, and he just keeps going with it. But he still, that's the difference though. And when it gets to that point, he keeps track of his jumps even though he's throwing out that many moves, you know what I'm saying? So you just gotta keep track of that, because you threw out all these things, and you tried to keep it going, but you literally just couldn't. You couldn't keep it going, and you didn't realize that. So you ended up just, like, dropping yourself off. It let you get punished, is the problem with it. You just drop yourself in a position where you couldn't follow up, and you get punished for it. That being said, this guy's not punishing you very hard for anything. That ground pound was really bad. He had everything, and he had no threat on him. You just ground pounded for, honestly, no real reason. Looking at it, it was just like Sair, ground pound, and he's just not in danger, so it's not worth it. And he kind of fucks you for it. There was something that happened before this that I didn't really like either. It's like, yeah, that was like super messy, just like pure neutral, and like it didn't really make sense. It didn't really make sense to do it because it was just like out of nowhere. You're both standing still, and sometimes that works, but sometimes it's like, I mean, you sidelight. It's just, yeah, like just even off reaction, just see what he does. He backdashes, and what do? You sidelight. It doesn't really make sense. It's not really clear for you. The ground pound is bad, and then you die for it, but I don't think you took that much damage before you even up the stock. Most of the play in this stock happens towards the end for you.
Yeah, I don't play good against Scythe, so.
Yeah, I get that. It's just about dodges and punishes. You do a good job of not getting hit by him while your weapon is down, but this is not very good. I like the down sig, and as the game goes on, you start using it a lot more, and it keeps hitting, and I noticed that, so I would comment on that when it gets to it. You get punished like this, and then immediately you use both your jumps, and then you also waste time by turning a bit, trying to avoid him. You've already used both your jumps, so you can't really do anything, right? Like, you don't want to use both your jumps like that and then turn. Now, what are you turning to do? If you turn here with your character grayed out, your character is grayed out, he has no jumps. You turn here, and you're either going to have to turn again, which you probably do into his recovery, or you're just slow, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you start fast falling, but you just have nothing to do here except recovery away from the stage. Now, you recovery away from the stage, you are not in any better of a position, are you? Now you have no jumps, no recovery, you're going away from the stage, doesn't really make sense, it's just terrible. Looking at what you should have done, and this is gonna be like one of those, like, oh, I could have done a bunch of things, right? This is what I should have done. I'm gonna reset my camera. So right here, you are way better off just straight up going back down. Scythe has downlight like this, so here's what you do when this happens to you. You stop going up, because Scythe recovery will kill you. Even if you get past him, he will nair you back. You do not go up, it does not make sense, it's dangerous. You don't have anything on axe that can even contest this angle. So here's what you want to do. You want to stay on this wall, and when he downlights you to cover that edge, he's not going to come off because he's low diamond. Even though, like, it would be smart for him to completely go all the way off. Even if he went all the way off, that would give you enough time to go back on stage. Just tell me if I'm talking too fast here. But
No, you're good.
On that time where you were off the wall, he can go past you to try to edge guard you from off stage and behind. It won't work. He doesn't have the time for that. You go back on. And if he's downlighting you at the edge, you can test it with Sair over and over again. You just Sair. You have Axe Sair as long range. He does a move, you do a move back. It's just contesting. It's fine. But going straight up against Scythe will never work. You're just going to get caught out. He has Nair to catch you out. He has Recovery to catch you out. He can go past you, turn around the Nair, then you're in a trouble spot. You also wasted time turning around. There's just a bunch of mistakes that happen here, and it's so fast. Everything happens so fast, right? This isn't what the game looks like to you. It's just like, oh, I jumped twice and I got hit, right? It's just whatever. But realistically, you had put yourself in such a bad spot. And honestly, you probably could have just died. He could have kept going off stage and dared you. Yeah, like look at how bad your recovery really was for you because of the way you did it. Imagine if this guy wasn't like a literal pussy. He just ran away from you. Like I'm just looking at it and he's like, okay, this guy has no dodge, he has no jumps, he has one recovery, which I can easily avoid. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna dash away from him and then miss my recovery. It doesn't make sense. You kill him here pretty early considering he doesn't have much damage on him. Sair, and then ground pound. It's just solid. Not much to say about it. Dere. This jumping. This was something I really want to talk to you about because this is what we looked at earlier, right? So jump Sair. Okay, this is fun. He jumps Sairs, and you happen to have jumped. It is not a terrible thing. This does not need to be pointed out to you. You jump. Sometimes he will jump. I jump into this from Costlix all the fucking time. It happens. The problem is you again dodge up and in towards the lance, and then he gets the Sair Dare again like before. So always dodge away, downward away, downward in. That way he cannot get Sair Dare. That way he cannot get Sair. It just puts you in a way better position. And this is just against lance specifically because look, now you ended up carried off stage twice. The dodges change from weapon to weapon, and when you memorize them, it gets a way better. Like against Scythe, you know not to dodge up because they get Nair and they get recovery. It's just bad angles for you all the time. You want to look at every single the weapon you're playing against and look at what they can do after it. And of course, you don't play every weapon, so you don't memorize everything for every weapon, right? But that's the thing. Like, yeah, I don't play cannon, so I can't teach you how to play cannon, can I? But I can tell you that these are the mistakes you make when you're not paying attention to what they can do to you. Like I said, you start using these and they're really good. These down sigs, and that one beat out his sig, so. Here, you both start standing still, and at this point, I thought you were messaging each other because of how stupid it looked.
No, he was. I don't know what he was.
Yeah.
He was trolling. He was in my party.
Oh yeah, I was like looking at it. I'm like, are they talking? Because this is what it looks like when like I queue into Boomy and I DM him and jump off like in on Steam because you guys are just standing still.
Yeah, I got bro.
Like I can't really say anything about it because it's just standing still and then he side sleeves. Okay, I can say something about it. Don't stand still. It's really bad. And that's it.
I keep running into
side sleeve. So this was something I want to show you. This is just like lance stuff. Just do a bunch of moves and cover with downlight, and like you can try to avoid moving into the downlights, but it's whatever. What you ended up doing here is after the downlight you jumped, and this is just in general for a bunch of lance characters that when you get put into a position like this where it's the diagonal, most SIGs are going to cover this, right? Scarlet, this character. What other lance characters are there? They all kind of suck. Vector, Vrax even, this diagonal. So after downlight, you don't want to jump up, really. You want to dodge. If you have dodge, you need to use it, and you need to use it to go backwards. But jumping is one of the worst options you can do. Because even imagine if it wasn't an N-Sig and he just jump Sair'd you, it's the same thing. The problem is that area it creates for you, so you want to avoid that. Once again, you do a good job of not letting him get a lead on you. You just kind of come back and kill him. These people are so bad. It's hard to watch. Actually, I don't want to troll you. Like what the fuck. You side Saigon. He downlights. Yeah. They just like throw out weird, like stupid moves. Like this sidelight makes no sense for him. That Dere is just like blank. You clear the weapon. When you clear weapons, throw it straight up. You just get more time. And that's not even like coaching. That's just like a tip. So when you clear a weapon like this, you throw it diagonally away from you. Jump 3 times. Throw it straight up. When it's coming back down, it takes longer, and you get to have him unarmed a bit longer. It's just better. You stick to mainly axe this game, and this stock was really long and a lot happened in it. I actually like this stock, so I'm gonna talk a lot about the stock. This was no good. You see, you went just kind of in place. You're not really doing anything. You moving back and forth, and then you just jump. It's not anything. You don't even jump to move anywhere. You jump and then land. You gotta do stuff, because if you're not gonna do anything, when someone just walks up to you like this, you're not gonna be ready for it. You're not gonna approach. You have to always have your hand on your dodge key, and you have to always be ready to move, because what are you gonna do here? He just walks at you, and the reason you're not ready for it is because you were moving in place. You shouldn't move in place like that, and if you are going to move in place like that, you have to be ready, on point, on the snap of a finger to react to something, and you were not. This tilted me because you didn't do your 30 damage combo. 30 something damage considering you're playing a 9-force character. You just hit him with the sidelight and said, you know what? I like you. You're
I
free
pressed
to go.
X, but I don't know what happened.
Yeah, a misinput. Misinputs happen, but just so you remember for next time, just do your sidelight in there, punish him for what he does next. It's just the goal. There again. You need to dare downlight, because this right here is another free dare downlight, and this shit, it's just not ever bad. Like dare is good when they're like later in the health, but dare downlight is not. I mean, dare early is not worth it, because you can just do dare downlight. You're just missing out on damage at this point. You dare the ground, you can't not do this, and it's just okay. So I can tell that you're doing axe stuff that you've like seen done. Bless you.
Thank you.
But you need to do more of like your own stuff. If this is a jump there, in place, going into the ground, you need to jump multiple times to bait out a move if you're gonna be going for that. Your plan here is to like, oh, I'm gonna jump and I'm gonna be on top of him. I'm gonna dare him. You're not gonna get that if they don't give it to you. When people like when you see top players jump, dare, stuff like that, they're baiting for it, right? You see like someone will jump 3 times and then someone will throw an attack, they'll miss, and then they'll dare. You don't just get to jump dare like it's nothing. One sec.
You're muted. If that's what
Yeah, I
you're
know.
trying to do.
I'll get you in a sec.
All right.
Okay, sorry, what was I saying? Right here. Yeah, this Dere was really bad. It was just like, nothing was there for you. You're free. He doesn't really threaten you with anything, but you just Dere. It's just so slow, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, from nothing to nowhere. It's just Dere. Just a move he threw out. There was no threat on you, there was no threat on him. Just Dere. Okay, you get punished with the downlight, you do a fine dodge. This was really good, and you do it again and again. He's kind of just coming at you at the ground. You know he's going to come at you at the ground. You just down sig him, and it's good. When you can find SIGs like that and look how to find out how to use your character's SIGs, it's always good. This, solid punish. You jump twice before you can get the jump scare on you, and then you punish it. That's all. That's all it is. It's fine. That was not bad, but it was bad. It was bad mechanically, but the idea was really good. Now I'm going to show you what you're supposed to do it correctly. He stares the wall. He dodges. Or, well, you know he's going to jump and then dodge next. You take too long. You jump too high. I think this is... No, it's one jump, but you charge the down sig. And it's because you took too long. If you went off a while ago, your idea would have been solid. Because this is a good ground pound. Like, look at everything. This ground pound is set up for you. Imagine you had a bit more time that the ground pound hits them, but you didn't give yourself that time. You started your ground pound way too late. You started your ground pound, and if you saw like other coaching videos, I talk to people and I'm like, yo, I really like how you run off stage as soon as you see you have something. As soon as you know it's possible, you run off stage. So I'm looking at it now, and it's like, okay, why are you giving yourself this much time? Why are you staring and then you just jump, you stand still, you edge off, you don't go off though. You just give him so much time to actually get it back to stage, and I know this is a thing because you see this edge guard. You wouldn't have even ground pound if you can see it. You know you can do it, right? So do it. Don't wait. You know you can do it. So do it. Be more confident in yourself because who else is gonna be confident in you? And you almost die for it, but again, he's a terrible player. So like seriously, what is this? He ground pounds the map. Okay, that was I'm like, they're playing so bad that I can't even like coach this stuff for you, but I'm gonna tell you that this recovery you did was terrible. If he had the mechanical inputs to be a bit more to the left, you would have died. That's just what it is. Because he hit the map, he shouldn't have. If he did what he wanted to do, which was be off stage, you see why this would have hit you since you died straight up into it. You need to have gone to the side. You have everything here. You're down one jump. So recovery, while you're here, recovery like this, your recovery will take you diagonally, and then you can jump back this way and you have dodge too. So you go up then to the right. Going straight up is really bad. Ground pound will prioritize everything you can do. Even your recovery will get stuffed up. So it's just not good. Ooh. This is not a punishable thing for you, and you need to know that if you're gonna be able to play, right? Like this is not something you can punish. It just is not, and you go for it. It's bad. Don't go for it, and that's all I can say about it. You get punished for attempting to punish it. First of all, you were straight up slow. A lot of the stuff you do is just like, to be honest with you, it's slow. You don't take your actions fast enough, and like even that Dere, you were trying to punish his Dere, and it was so slow that it looked like a completely different interaction. You just dared the map. Like some of this stuff is just like, and honestly, I'm not even like saying anything about it because like PS4 and controller, maybe it's just slow. Yeah, like a lot of stuff happens, but I'm telling you that it is affecting you. It is slow. Some of the stuff is just slow. Now, you were slow on this punish. You weren't going to get it anyway, I'll tell you that for a fact. You're not going to punish this move. The way it bounces them back, it creates a wall in front of you. You could not have sidelighted in to punish that move, especially not with the timing you had. But then you get punished for it. And that's like the second time I've seen you get punished for missing a punish. You have to get your punishes and not leave yourself open like that. You're missing your punishes and it's making you get punished. He missed a move, punish him. Don't get punished because he missed a move. That doesn't make sense, does it?
No, it doesn't.
He jump stares you, and once again you do another good sig. Just seeing that, okay, he has no jumps here. He just stared, and now he's gonna jump back to map. You down sig him. That's good. Then once again, you look at him like you're gonna edge guard him. You really thought about it. You were like, oh, I'm gonna get him. I got him now. I'm in his head. I'm gonna go off stage, and then you sit your butt back down because you know you're not gonna go off stage. So what was the point? And I'm not even saying that because like you did something bad, but you want to go off stage here. You can see it. You're interested in going off stage, so why don't you? Just nothing happens now, and then you say nothing. So. Down sig again, not bad. The jumping after is bad because you down sig here, and let's look at the position you were in. Well, it already happened, but I'll go back. So this is after the edge guard. He makes it back. He end sigs, and then that was fine. He comes in, you land again. You're jumping a lot, by the way. You're jumping a lot with no real purpose. I can tell that by the way you're jumping, because you're not counting your jumps. You're not jumping one by one. You're not jumping to do a move. You're just jumping, and you can tell it too because look how fast you use all of them. You just jump straight up. You're not baiting. You're not floating. You're not doing anything. You're just jumping straight up, and that's bad. He just walks up and recovers you. And then he just starts unsigging. And you downsig him here. He's very far. So don't jump. So just casually, I circled this before for you. Because you do this, but you have so much space. You're fine. You don't need to jump because he has no threat on you on the ground. Why do top players jump after they do a sig? After they pick up a weapon? After they land? Because you can hit them on the ground when they just landed. When they just did something. Bye. When someone does something on the ground, you're in a position to punish them. You're like right there. You're gonna hit them on the ground, right? So they have to jump to get out of it, right? That makes sense. That's reasonable. But you aren't in that position on the ground. You are not in danger. So why jump, right? Like, if I gave you this much room, you're out of recovery here because you start moving. And you can see yourself moving. He's not at you yet. He's not going to hit you with anything. So if I asked you why you jumped, what would you say?
I don't know.
You don't know. And you were probably just scared, obviously. So it's not like, oh, get on him for jumping. It's like, but why? You know, like now think about it. Now you have in your head, I have no reason to jump here. I'm not in danger. Don't waste my jump. Don't put me in a position to get punished. Right? You get back, and this guy again, no brain cells, side sigs off the map, not clear what he wanted to do. You side sig, he doesn't punish you, and then you start Saring. The first Sarah is whatever. Cannon, and I'm gonna be honest with you, you don't throw out that many moves on Cannon, for Cannon specifically, because you can throw out so many moves and nothing will happen. That side air, nothing happens. He tries to punish it, and then you punish him. Now he's doing what you were doing. You throw that move for that can't punish it, and then he gets punished for trying to punish you. And that's just what Cannon is. Cannon's a lot of that. A lot of it is throwing out moves, and then nothing will happen because of it. And that's just what it is. Okay, this right here is something that you will need to... I don't play Cannon, but even I know this, and I can do this when I play. You go for the first snare. Fine. Okay, now watch what happens. He has one jump. So this end sig you are starting up is completely useless. It is useless. It does not do anything. Do not do it. It does nothing at all. That's one thing, okay? So don't do the end sig. But here's what you should have done. What you should have done is what's important. Doing the end sig is just like, oh, it was a dumb end sig, don't do it. But what you should have done is actually really important. Because you should have caught him. He has no dodge. He has one jump. And he's fast falling. He obviously wants to land. You can see that he's fast falling. Run up to him with his lack of dodge it's an aerial dodge, so it's down for a while. You walk up to him, you sidelight him landing. Now you get your sidelight Sarah, he's dead. You see what I'm saying? He has nothing, he's going for the line. You chase him forward, you go with him, move with him in the air. Instead of this end sig, you move with him in the air, you sidelight, you Sarah. You get that. Another thing you could have done, just look at the angle you have. The reason I didn't put these out first is because you're in a 50-50, and the better you get at the game, the better you get at dealing with 50-50s. There's just chance, but here's everything you have. This is to catch him fast falling, okay? But people are telling, like, people are in chat, and they're going recovery, recovery. And I'm gonna respond to chat here, even though I didn't want to. You cannot just raw recovery this. This guy still has a jump. You can't just go, oh, recovery. He's not gonna get out of it. He can jump very easily. If this guy sees Grimpy jump to start up his recovery, he reacts to his jump with a jump. That's very simple stuff. That's why I'm saying it's a 50-50. You could have gone for this recovery, yes. You could have jumped again, recovery, right? Or you could have gone the sidelight. That's fine. That's not even the 50-50 I was talking about. Someone just mentioned it. The Nair. The Nair is the 50-50 you have. You have to catch. You can catch him on the ground with this, and I've not seen you spam it at all this game, but you get Nair. You fall him on the ground. Now, remember, he comes on you with, you're following him on the ground. Now, let's say he does jump again. He has no jumps, no dodge. You are under him with cannon Nair. You use it. It is fine. You have created a perfect situation for yourself. This is all just one situation. This situation has literally, like, infinite possibilities. Like, you're talking, like, the grounded thing with the sidelight. You're talking the recovery. You're talking the follow him Nair. This is all because he still has one jump left. If he didn't have a jump, it becomes a lot simpler. But your two options are the Nair and the recover and the sidelight, and those are like the two best things you have here. But this Ensig, even you know you should have done that Ensig, to be honest with you. So
Yeah, I do.
that was unlucky, but the idea was there. So this is a Smith spacing. He comes up to you and you get the Sarah ready, but you do it like on him. You know what I'm saying? You're just in a bad spot. And it almost looks like it hits. His sidelight beats you out. Just a bit more back and it hits. It was a good option. That was really bad from you, like really dangerous stuff. And this is what I mentioned before, you're recovering too high. Like, why are you going all the way up there for? You, like, barely dodge. Like, look how close you are to dying from this. You barely dodge this. The animation's still on you. Like, you honestly, DMG likes you. Respect. And he dies. Good punish, solid punish. The recovery's so bad, though. Like, it's just not good. You should have lost this game right here. Not should have. If you should have, you would have. But, it's just not, you didn't put yourself in a good position, especially against the character you're playing, I guess. So you got really lucky, but you made it out on top at the end, and we take 3 wins always. So
Yes, sir.
basically, from the first game alone, you need to work on your confidence. You need to work on taking what's yours. You need to work on doing what you want. Like, there are things you look like you want to do, and then you decide you're not gonna do them anymore. It doesn't matter to you anymore. And since I wasted a lot of time, I'm gonna look at that edge guard again if I can find it. I think it's here. It was that edge guard that I said, oh, you wanted to take it, but you didn't. It looked like you wanted to, so why'd you jump and land again? So you got, was it this one? Or was it a bit more ahead? Oh, this was the bad one where you were slow. Okay, it was this one. So you go up and then you go down. But why? Why you go back down? You have everything. He has nothing. Go in for the Dere. Try it. Why not? Go for a ground pound. Try it. Why not? Do something. He doesn't even have a weapon. You're not in, like, any threat here, to be honest with you. He could GC downlight you, but what is he? An idiot? Like, it just doesn't make sense. You have everything you need. Go behind him. Sarah, when he dodges for the wall. There's nothing. You have, even go below him in recovery when he goes to touch the wall. There's so much stuff that you could have created for yourself, and it looks like you want to because you jump. You wouldn't jump if you didn't want to do anything, right? So just do something. It's fine. Yeah, it's 1-1, but you are in complete advantage here. You have everything, so do something. Don't just do nothing. It's really bad. And when you keep doing nothing and you keep winning with it, like this game you won and you didn't take your win when you had it, it becomes a habit of just like. And I do it sometimes too. I see what's mine and I don't do it. I don't take the edge guard when I can, and it costs me games too. You have to be able to see what is yours and take it, or else you will be stuck in a position where it's like you can only win if they mess up or if they give the win to you. You cannot make your own wins. You get what I'm saying? You have to make your own wins.
Alright.
Okay, this game, you got mopped, and that's what we're looking at.
Wait,
You got absolutely destroyed. The Nash game.
Yeah. I was spiraling. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what you should have done. Okay, opens, and that's good. You need to be more like... This is the thing with cannons. This is the thing with cannon where it's like... There's so much you can do at a sidelight that you never know what's right? So... You went with the back up sidelight again. And obviously, I'm sure you already know all the things, right? You know that you can do sidelight, you back up sidelight. You can do sidelight, you move forward sidelight in case they dodge away, right? You get that?
Mm-hmm.
Here he dodged away, and well, down and away, so you should have moved forward with the sidelight, but there's no way you would have known that because you're not doing it off reaction, right? You're just doing it off, doing it because you don't know what his dodges are yet, you don't keep track, you haven't met him, so you're just doing what you know is like, this is common, right? You just what you would usually want to do. So it's whatever, but I'm just pointing out that there's a bunch of stuff, so if you ever want to try something else. A lot of sidelights here. You played this game looking a lot faster than last game, but you're not really hitting anything. Spot dodge. This should have been an light, just straight up, because he is moving towards you with this air. Hammer Sarah moves towards you, it just does. It's the thing that moves towards you. So when he came in with this air like this, he drifted down kinda. He's right in front of you. End light him, and then get your combos off end light. You can do end light GC down light, you can do end light Sarah. But going for sidelight while he's so close to you is just not worth it. It's not a thing that really works to you. Then you do end light here while you could have done sidelight, because he's in the air now. He's in the air, and you have space to move towards him. Before you didn't have space, and you threw out a sidelight, which is not going to hit. Now you have space, you throw out an end light. Why the quick switch up? This looks like an end light where it's like, I'm gonna catch his landing, but he has a jump. So what really is this end light? This end light is, and for all intensive purposes, useless. It does not exist. It does not make sense. It's just like end light. Why? He has jump still, so I'm not catching his landing. I can move towards. He's in the air, so it's not gonna hit him in the air. I can move towards him with a sidelight. There's a better option. Those are three things. There is a better option. It is not going to work, and it is not going to work at all. Trust me. So it's not like worth it. And then you jump. This jump is whatever. It's weird because it looks like you didn't do anything after the jump. It's just like a jump. So look at it again. Yeah, it was just like a jump, and people jump. So I'm not gonna fault you for that jump. But then you do this. This is really bad. You get hit by the Nair. Then you fast fall into a hammer player. If you do there are weapons where you can't do this. You can't do this against sword. You can't do this against axe. You cannot do this against hammer. You can do this against cannon. You just can't. And even if you hit someone with your cannon there and they keep fast falling into you, what do you do to them?
Nair them again.
You nair them again. You juggle them. You take their dodge. You keep going, right? And how much damage is that? It's like 18, 18, 18. Well, this isn't 18. This is 20. You just took 20 damage after taking 20. So now you're taking 40 damage. This is Nash. You're not going to get that damage back. Well, I mean, you're playing another 9-force character, so you are, but you get my point. Not bad. You end light him. He dodges. And that's fine. Because, honestly, your follow-up wasn't bad, and it didn't leave you in a bad spot. This was good too, that Dere, I really like that. Because this guy, so far, he's done these Sares, and every single Sare he's pulled into you, so that way he keeps going through you. Like right here, he Sares you, and he goes into you, right? So it's not really smart from him. So you punish it well. You switch weapons, jump Sare, just break neutral. Again, and you're still doing it. You jump like a top player would to bait something, but you dare nothing. And this, like, really look at this, and next time you want to do this, think about it. Don't do it. You jump. He hasn't done anything yet. What are you punishing? You dare nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You just putting out your hitbox, you putting out your frames, but you haven't, there's nothing there, so don't do it yet. Just wait a bit. Wait for him to do something. The reason top players jump is because top players punish jumps. So when they jump, and someone goes for a punish on the jump and miss the punish, they punish that move with a dare. But you are punishing nothing happening. You just jump twice and then dare. It's just like, it doesn't work. Okay? So it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta wait. When you dare like that, wait for something. And then there's daring just to like dare on top of them, but you're not even on top of them. You're not in a position to hit them. It just doesn't work. Sares you. That's fine. Side sig. You're not playing in a good spot for you at all. And you can see that. Look at what he does to you. And you can't retaliate against this. You're not in a good spot at all. Okay, so I'm just gonna look at this. This entire interaction is just so shit for you in every single way. Here is the only time you had an opportunity to do something. Okay. You are here and he has just dodged. You need to fast fall now and dare him, like now, immediately, and you probably won't even get a regular dare. You need to splash damage. You know how to splash the dare on the ground so it hits behind you. Obviously, everyone does. I could teach my sister how to use that move. So, like, you do. That's what you need to do, and this is the only opening you have in this position, because this position is so shit for you. And congratulations, you managed to find a shit position for Axe. You stay in the air. Don't go down on him. Don't go. He jumps, and then he nairs you. Because you just leave this hammer controls this. You can't do anything here. Hammer is literally the only weapon that can like contest you in this position, right? Like, no, what else is gonna hit this high without having to get close to you? Probably like Lance Nair, and off the top of my head, that's it, right? Everything else would have to be a recovery. You can punish that. So don't jump like this high against Hammer. They're just gonna nair you. You didn't even. There's a gray area of about here where when they jump, you can immediately dare, but you didn't even give yourself that area. You went up another one to where, okay, he's gonna jump. You can't dare him off that jump, and then he gets to put out the nair, and you still can't do anything, right? It's just not gonna work for you. So. Weapon throw, pick your weapon back up, and then end light. Weapon throw, end light's not gonna do anything. You have to pick up with light attack on or off?
Oh, it's off.
Okay, well, yeah, pick up your weapon again, and then end light. This dare was another one for no reason. This looks for fun. Were you having fun?
No, I really wasn't.
Doesn't look like it. I wouldn't be having fun either.
I'm struggling to 2200.
Yeah, you're on your way though. I saw you said you were 40 though away, so something. Honestly, if you told me these were diamond, yeah, if you told me these were diamond games before I watched them, I wouldn't believe you, straight up. So. I'm not even joking. I queue into these. I got you. Did you see me get like 2,500, not lose a game? Like, I cannot believe these games. Same elo, by the way. Same rank, I guess, by the way. This recovery was.
You paid longer.
Yeah. This recovery was good. Because just angle it puts you in. I don't like this chase dodge. Because, you see, you get back to stage, but you got back to stage without any jumps left for you. You got back to stage without a recovery. You got back to stage and you just used your dodge. So, he is a pussy. What? He spot dodges you, doing nothing, but he could have sared you. He could have ground pounded you. Yeah, ground pound would have hit here because his hitbox would have gone down this way, and the spear's hitbox would have been on you. But he is a pussy, so he spot dodges. You're 10 meters away from him there. Yeah, he could have sared you or anything. You land and reset. Still, you haven't died. I don't know why this game This game falls apart when you don't kill him, but for the most part, you just are even in the first stock. You don't die. He doesn't kill you. You still make it back on this, I'm pretty sure. Good recovery again. He doesn't respect your range and you use it to your advantage. He runs up to you. This sig was... Yeah, okay, I get the sig. But the thing is, you started too early again. You start this sig to punish him no landings, and you have kept a good eye for no land for someone needing to land. Except you're not counting, so you're keeping the eye out. You're like, okay, he needs to land soon. He needs to land soon, but he doesn't because he has one more jump. Look at the character before you throw out a sig. Know if he can jump over it, because he can, and he will. So he jumps, and you get punished from behind because you did it too early, and that's fine. Your recovery again. He's terrible at respecting cannon recovery. So am I, to be honest. You could probably beat me with it at this point. I'm not going to comment on that because it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it does cost you the stock. But it wasn't the worst thing in the world. Weapon starves you and keeps the hammer. This is where it gets bad for you. You keep trying to falling stare him. I remember watching this game for you. You keep trying to falling stare him, and right now you're jumping again like I told you not to do, and you're jumping in that area that I just explained was bad for you, right? The 2 jumps above him, where you can't punish him jumping to get you, but when he does jump to get you, he can get you with the Nair. So I hope you see why this distance is bad. It doesn't help you at all. There is a distance where you're an axe player, and I'll show you right now. There's a distance where you are an axe player. We'll be back to that game. I always just go out to show them whatever I'm talking about, so it doesn't matter. The map didn't matter, to be honest with you. There's a distance where you are an axe player, and axe isn't even your main weapon, so I'm not gonna go too hard on it, right? But there's a distance where you're an axe player, and they jump, and you hit them immediately. You were 2 above that distance. You were like here. You're here. You're playing here when they jump, and you cannot do anything about it. But in that distance, if you are playing here, around this area, they jump, what do? You just dare them instantly, right? They jump, you dare them. You go back, you go dare. You hold this area, you dare. You react to their jump, you dare. It's just even. You don't go too high. When you go too high, you give them room to actually hit you with something. If you were too high, you can't hit them before they hit you. So watch for that area. Another move I rarely see you using is Sidelight. That move is broken, and it does 30 damage because it's a true combo into there, and you should use it more. You should be watching for more Sidelights, definitely. There's a lot of Sidelights you just let go by. I'll try to point them out just so you have a good understanding of when to Sidelight. Actually, I take that back. You can't use Sidelight because you're too busy jumping the whole time, so I mean, to be honest. So now you're falling staring. Right here, and like, or downlight, your choice. They're both broken, they both do the same thing, but endlight is slightly better here. He jumps, and you don't downlight him. You do, this is a misclick, I pray to God it is. I'm hoping for your own safety that this is a misclick, so I'm not going to talk about it. But you could have punished him coming towards you after that.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Down 6 not bad, actually. And this recovery is not good, but he is also not good, so he missed spaces his side sig. Guy built like me, I would have hit that sig, just saying. But I'm just different. Down 6.
Yes, you are.
Misses again. These down 6s are not bad by any means. The higher you go, the more these will get punished, but you're using them in actually good spots. Like, he had to dodge that one, so he couldn't hit you, and it's fine. Recovery coming out. Like, now you just need to kill him, so you're going for these stairs, but you're too slow again. This was too slow because you avoided the Nair. You didn't even dodge, so you're not even really in recovery. You gotta start the stair, like, quickly. It's just way better to start the stair sooner than later. You're staring too low to the ground, and he has jumps. He's not in recovery for anything. That sig was not even bad, so respect for you for doing it. Jumping again, that height, that's not good for you, and you Naired for no reason, so you just get, that height is so bad for you, like, I'm serious. Even against other weapons, they can't hit you, right? They can't hit you, but you can hit them. You need to hit them. you need to be able to hit them. You're out of range. None of your options cover this area that you are playing around, and it's just because you're nervous and you're jumping, and you see that the platforms are there, so you go, I'm going to use the platform since they're there, but you can't, so don't. It's not good for you. You need to be on the ground. Axe is actually not good for platforms. Are not good for axe, and the only times they're good for axe is when you get a combo off them, and you're not gonna be doing that, so it doesn't matter. At this point, we have seen you miss KO on KO, not killed him yet, and now you're taking even more damage. You're still jumping a lot, and you're not punishing him. You're throwing out this move, and so this Nair comes out. It's not really in a good position for you. It seems like now you're just forcing it. You're just like frustrated, right? Like I can assume that you'd be frustrated in this position. You're just trying to die, man, die, and he's not dying. You throw out the Nair. Yeah. You get Sared, and now you're making back to stage, and it's still the same position. You're not dying. And finally, out of frustration, you finally decide to take matters into your own hand. After 10 walk off and on, no edge guard, you finally decide that you were actually gonna edge guard him, except it was the worst one possible. So I mean, I decided do you die? Well, you fucking died. So don't. Maybe this is why you don't edge guard, but you don't do that one. It's just nothing there. It's nothing there at all. And it doesn't even kill you. It's just not possible. But okay, you've missed it. Now go back on stage. Go back on stage. You grab the wall. You jump towards him on hammer. No, it's not. It's not gonna happen. You're not gonna survive that. Go back on stage. So now you've lost 2 stocks. This stock was just you couldn't kill him. There was a bunch of things you could have done to kill him, like place your Sares better, force him to jump, force options, and then Sare. But instead, you just kept moving towards him. You never actually threw out any moves that were going to hit him, right? It's just not good. And I don't know if this guy's just better than you or whatever. Do you think this guy's just better than you? You should never admit that, right? He's not better than you. So why? You don't need to make these mistakes. You don't need to be worried about him. You just don't move towards him like that. You move towards him like he's your father or something. You're just running at him. Nothing's happening. He kills you as soon as you get to him. It doesn't make sense. So move to the next stock. Off your respawn. He's weapon starving. You just give yourself time. Even this recovery shows that you were like frustrated by the end of it. You're just doing whatever because you have no weapon and you put yourself so high up with no recovery. You're gonna get punished. He doesn't punish you. He's not very good. He's just throwing out SIGs and stuff. That was... These people spot dodge like idiots, and it's just so weird, but you punished it, so good job. Now, I'm going to pause this right here, and I'm going to look at what the stocks look like towards the end. You're even. He has a stock lead. And towards the end, you only get an orange. So it really was a clean 2-stock, convincing 2-stock victory, right?
Yes, it was.
He backs up, backs forward, just down nice. And this is good. You're finally taking it a bit slower. Still never just stand still and jump in place like this. It's just not good. You want to move a bit. You just need to keep enough movement or enough like blood going through your hands so that when they come at you like this guy does, you can react to it. And I mean react in a good way that is actually good against this weapon. Imagine if this guy wasn't a terrible player and downlighted closer to you. Your immediate like just knee jerk was to jump, and spear downlight would have hit you, right? If he was closer, it would have hit you. And that's why you don't just stand still, you don't jump up and down. It doesn't leave you room to actually do what you want to do. It just leaves you room to do what is like one button away, and that jump is 1 button away, so you just jump. You miss your punish on this on the downlight because you go for Sarah. It's not really of value to you. And now you're just throwing out every time you get hit, you throw out an attack. Just like, why not? It's like kind of just bad. You get hit, you throw out an attack. That was fine. I like this because it's smart. It's the safest thing. You initially got hit off the ground, and you could have gone up and over, but you could have been recovered. You could have been so many things. With this, you go to the wall. You're not in any danger. It's a smart way to go. So, You definitely should have taken that. That was good for you. Side light, misspaced again. Feel like this move. This is a move that you always just move forward with, and I don't play cannon, so I can't just like full on tell you that. Obviously, there's situations where you do want to use a standstill because he's gonna go into you, but this guy has been spot dodging every single time. He doesn't move from where he is, so you need to move towards him when you see this dodge. You sidelight off reaction to a spot dodge. I can see it. He spot dodges and you sidelight to react to it, but you didn't move towards him. You gotta move towards him, or else you're not gonna hit it. And it was like last time. You threw out the move that moved towards him, but you were standing still, so it doesn't work. You guys gotta just go forward. Sidelights there, it's fine. Honestly, I'm gonna say that you shouldn't have done this there here, for the reasoning of he has his dodge. You got much bigger reward. Remember when you sidelight and then backed up and sidelighted, and I said that was a good option to see where he's gonna dodge. 9 times out of 10, and just keep this in your head for common knowledge, common reasoning against most people. When people are off stage, even in high level, when people are off stage, what do they want to do? They want to go back on stage. So he's going to dodge towards stage, right? And that's just like reasoning. You would do it too, right? You can't even say that you wouldn't. You get hit, and you go towards the stage because it's the best option for you. So when this happens to you, you hit him with sidelight. Maybe wait a second, back up again, sidelight him again. But just sidelight, and then you take this air because you're like, at this point it feels like you're autopiloting. You're just trying to hit him, and it's not really working. So it's just you keep trying to hit him. No, it's not how you play. That's especially not how you play from behind. He sidesteps you. Doesn't work for him, but you don't really do anything out of it. You recover too high up, trying to hit him, but you're not respecting any spacing. It's not terrible because he just slightly dodges it, so I'm not going to focus too much on that. You just get punished, unlucky. A lot of moves coming out, nothing really happening. This was good, except you don't respect that he still has dodge. You just keep taking what you're taking. You're going, I'm gonna keep going with it. It's gonna just go. He has dodge. Pay attention to it. And that's the thing. And that's when it gets to like, and this will help you so much, bro. Like, just listen to this. When you're playing a weapon that you are good at cannon. I've seen you play cannon. You are good at cannon. But you are not good at Brawlhalla. You're not. You don't care that he has dodge. You don't care. You're not paying attention to his jumps. You're not paying attention to his dodge. You're playing cannon. You're pressing your buttons on cannon. And yeah, you're good at cannon, but you don't care at all that this guy still has dodge. You're just fucking. Oh, this the big string I saw Sandstorm do. Sidelight, Sair. He has dodge. He's gonna get out of it. Maybe you sidelight, and then here you play for a reaction. You've gone him twice with sidelight. Now wait. Don't just Sair immediately. Wait. He still has dodge. Punish it. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sair's still coming out. Sidelight. And you go for the same thing again. Mainly because it worked last time. You're hoping it'll work again. I don't like that because you're too late into the game to not have him felt out a bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just like, okay, it worked last time. Have some reasoning in his mind that it will not work again. And it does not work again. But, so, sidelight here. And this is the biggest problem with stuff like this is, like, what is the correct thing to do, right? It's not always going to work. Nothing will always work. So, it's just like, but that was one of the worst ones to do. And the reason that was one of the worst ones to do is because it wastes your dodge. And it just puts you in a bad spot in the air. Now, of course, you can always go Remy. You're saying that, but if it hit, then you wouldn't have been saying that, right? Because it would have worked twice. Right? And yeah, that's true. But it's also still wrong. So a good player doesn't get hit by that twice. And we're not coaching you for this trash scum you're playing against. We're coaching you for the good players. We're coaching you so you get better, not so you stay around the same elo.
Indeed.
This is... What the fuck am I witnessing? Okay. That barely touches you. Make it back. He misses ground pound. This is not bad from you. This is something that I do a lot when I need a KO. And you probably just did it like as a press of a button, but you'll notice it. And if you did do it on purpose, kudos to you. The recovery just like in this area is really good. So you want to, when you see them like this, you want to go for recovery. It's how you're going to get a lot of your kills. Like look at that force. This is him on orange, and look at where it sends him. This is some great sword recovery force. If he was a bit higher, you might have even killed him. So it's a good thing. Still jumping a lot, hovering. That area in the air that you cannot work with. You do not exist in this area. You do not have threat on him in this area. The platforms are making it worse for you because you keep landing in a platform. In a normal game, I mean, in a different map, you would be hitting the ground a lot more just because for your own sake. And there's no platform to reset your jumps. But you are purposely resetting your jumps here. You cannot work here. It is not it's not for your weapon. Your weapon, you want to play kind of tight, kind of close. And you have big hitboxes, you have fast hitboxes, you have high force hitboxes. You cannot... This guy just pissed me off in my chat by saying the dare didn't work here. You were gonna dare here? You're the guy that dares this high up and it hits someone? This hits someone. It does not hit anything because by the time he is fast forward far enough to get over to this guy, the dare is over and you can't even argue it because he does it. He fast falls finally to get to this guy and this guy's already moving. It does not exist. Dare does not work here. So don't say dare works here. It does not. And then you die from that side there. So the side air was very bad also because side air is a move you pull, but you kind of just like carried it all the way. You just straight up like sared him and you kept moving with it. Like you can see yourself drifting forward, right? And that's especially bad. It's one thing to just like sare someone and you miss, but you like pulled all the way. So yeah. That's what happened in this game. Like I said, could not find a kill option. So when you're looking back at this, look at your second stock. There's rooms for kills if you're slower, if you're more patient, if you're smarter, but you didn't find it at all. It doesn't exist, and it's there for you, but you gotta be better at getting them. You gotta land the move. And I see, and there's multiple times where you go for a sare, and it's the correct sare. You're just a bit off. You're a bit mistimed. You're a bit this that. It's just small. But it's small enough to lose you the game, right? It's small, but you lost because of it. And so it's not small anymore. It's the game now. And you're not even like, and you're not plat like these people are. Like the people I coach are in Upload, right? You see, I've coached a bunch of plat players. I always put getting this Hattori to plat, getting this Val to plat, platinum Koji. You're not plat anymore. This isn't just like small interactions that add up. This is the game. You are missing things that are closing stocks for you, and you're going for, you said you wanted to get 2400. You will not get 2400 not closing stocks like this. These are small things, and they are small things that are going back to back to back, and they become big things. This became a stock lead. You died before he did on his first stock. You will not win a game like that. Alright, I want to look at the last game. I said you could pick it. Do you have any in mind? I stopped watching after you played Thor on Crystal Temple, so... I didn't even... Okay, that game, not even that game, because I left in the middle of it. So, it was a Ragnar game, and before that it was a Great Sword game. Great Sword is new, so I don't know if you'll learn a lot from even playing against it.
Nah, I beat all Great Sword players, and...
Yeah, you beat that guy too, so... And you fucking stomped him also, so like, and he gave up at the end. He walked off. Respect.
Yeah, let's do this one. Fuck it.
All right. So there's the first one, which is against Caspian, which you lost. Kind of close. Rayman, you lost.
Oh, that's my friend.
Yeah. He said he sniped you too.
Yeah, that guy's... Can't play against him.
I mean, if you can't play against him, I think we should look at that one then.
Oh yeah, bet.
You have good weapon matchups here, by the way. Just
Like, I
because.
beat him sometimes, but
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
and I hate platforms too.
Yeah,
so.
platforms are not good for you. I'm gonna tell you straight up, you should beat him every single time because his weapons realistically in the meta just have nothing against yours. They don't have priority against yours. They don't have damage against yours. They don't have KO potential against yours. There's nothing in his favor in this matchup. But that's just where the skill differential come in and the matchup knowledge comes in and a bunch of other stuff that's not gonna be completely like clear till you actually play, right? So we go into it. Jump, go for weapon. You didn't actually take it. Can't really tell what you were going to do. So this is fine. This is an opening. But what was your next plan? If it wasn't to grab the weapon, right? So why'd you jump all the way up there? You know what I'm saying? So why'd you jump all the way up here and do anything? You used all 3 jumps. Look at what your friend does. What your friend does is the same thing you did, but 10 times better. So watch him here. He jumps once, and he's keeping pace with you. You've jumped once. You've jumped off the ground, and then jumped again. He's jumped once, landed, dash canceled on the platform. Is this Boomy? He jumps, cancels his dash on the platform perfectly.
Yeah, he practiced that for hours.
Yeah, he's a
plays
loser, I
on
can tell.
Enigma, bro. That's the stupid shit all of it.
And then this is so awful. He let you win when he did this, by the way. If you like, imagine if you had your jump still, or even if you just like noticed it, right here, recovery him. Right, you see your position you have. He has no jumps anymore, and he just wasted his dodge. So you have something on him now. He opened like a pro player, and then started playing like a platinum player again. So, he wastes his dodge. Now you can hit him. He has, and this goes on for a while. This doesn't stop existing. You are constantly in a win against him. You don't take the weapon and you wasted a dodge at the start. That is bad. Your opening was bad. Okay, now look at where you are now. Ignore where you were. Look at where you are now. You are in a position with someone who has no jumps, no dodge in the air. He picked up the weapon, and what did the clown do? He put on his clown makeup, and he naired nothing. And what did you do when he naired nothing? You ran away from him, and then jumped up. Like you always do. Jump for no reason. Here is what you can do. My AirPods are dead, but it doesn't matter. Here's what you can do against this guy, right? You can go towards him. Right here. Instead of running, you go towards him because you reacted to this with a dash away. Just turn and then light him. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You just turn. He falls onto you. You unlight him. He can't do anything. He's in the middle of a move, so it's fine. This jumping is really bad for you because it's just for no reason. That was a good nair actually. That was really nice. Good catch. But then you do the most obvious thing in the world. A bot. Like a legitimate bot would have made this play. And I don't even think I need to call you out on it. You know why this is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just
As
go
soon as it happened, I knew I messed up.
Yeah. You finally get your weapon, Sarah. So close. Right, and you see it too. In another world, maybe. Maybe you just need to space it better, back up a bit more. But you're so close. You're so close to the fabled 0 to death that you're looking for at every game. You just didn't get it. It was so close, though. Like, it was not even bad. No bullshit. It was close. And try to back up a bit more, maybe. Maybe it's just not possible here, but it's a thing. And you almost went for it, so respect. That was good. This is something you're gonna have to do a bit more because right now it's not mattering as much, but as you get better, you have to do it more. Hit him and then don't do anything because you don't know what he's going to do. And people like to wake up, like to do stupid stuff. So hit him and then wait. You hit this guy, and as soon as you hit him, you sidelight and it doesn't hit him, and now you don't know what his habits are or anything. And to add on to this, let's say you don't know his habits, and obviously no one's habit is to GC, right? So he's not going to do this every time, but imagine you didn't sidelight there, and even if you did sidelight, this is also bad, I'm going to get into this in a second, but you didn't sidelight there. Now he's wasted his air dodge, and you are standing right here. I'm going to put you here on the ground, so you didn't sidelight, this is you on the ground. Your sidelight's not out. He downlights, he'll be right here. It won't hit you. It'll be right above you. Now you get that sidelight stare you wanted before, right? All because you waited for a second. And waiting's really good. You'll see a bunch of top players wait on string weapons. Wrenched hits you and then waits a second, and then when he has you figured out, he kills you over and over again. It's just a string weapon thing. Sandstorm hits you sometimes for the start of the stocks. He'll wait after hitting you. You need to build habits on these people. You need to know what they're going to do. But okay, so you went too early and it's fine. Right here, his side GC's downlighted. You are out of your recovery here. Here you are now free to move again, right? You have 3 frames, and as soon as you notice it, what do? You jump. Now you're in the air, right? That's bad. Because let's see what you actually have. You are here. Turn around. Sidelight him. He has no dodge. Carry him across the map. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just you're thinking too fast. You just need to have stuff out, and you're thinking too fast about it. And every time I go into like the part where I show what a pro player does, the guy I'm playing with say, but you guys are playing much faster than me, right? Because we play faster than you guys, but we also make decisions 4 times as fast as you guys. We make the correct decision more than you guys, right? Like your decision here was too fast. You didn't give yourself the time to think, and it made you make the wrong decision. I would have made the decision just as fast as you would, probably faster than you would, and mine would have been the right decision. And that's the difference. That's what makes you good, and that's what makes you bad. You get what I'm saying? Because you know how to do all the strings, you know how to do the 0 to deaths, you know all the combos, so you're not a gold player, right? All that is left for you is the decisions you make, how fast you make them, and them being the right or wrong decision. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do.
Besides the small mechanical stuff that honestly doesn't matter, you just need to make the correct decisions consistently. Right here, you had so much given to you because of the fact that this person wasted a dodge, and your knee-jerk reaction, your knee-jerk decision was to jump. And you punish him after because the moron jumps again for no reason. But we won't look at his mistakes. We'll look at your mistakes. And your mistake was not taking this sidelight into this air, into whatever else you want. Okay? But you jumps and you punish him, and that's fine. You get the sidelight again. It's fine. I'm gonna tell you right now. This right here, and you might not know because it's new into the patch. You downlight there and it hits him. So sidelight like that, and then you can get a downlight. I have clips of Daiku doing it. I do not know how to do it because I have not practiced it, and I do not play Cannon. But it is a thing you can do, and that's why when you ask me, should I get coaching since you don't play Cannon? Yes, because I still know Cannon, right? I know these things that you can do. Just because I cannot do them doesn't mean I can't tell you to do them, and hopefully you can do them because you are better than me at Cannon, right? But
you can say that.
You're not, but we'll say that for the all first reasons here. You throwing weapons at you, nothing happening. How do you die? This guy is weird, by the way. Okay. You die here, and I want to see how. And I'm assuming I know how now. No, I don't. Oh, you're just jumping a lot. Hit the ground, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Past 3 games, there's been 3 games. The first game you were whatever on it. Now these 2 games, you jumped so much. It's just bad jumping. It's like whatever. If you need to, go play on nothing but Mammoth and Brawlhaven and Apocalypse. Maps with no platforms, to where you jumping will literally get you killed because you jump so much, and the only reason it's okay sometimes is because you have these platforms to play around. Now you get entirely bodied on the stock from this point on. From right here, you start just getting fucked. So I don't want to stay on it for too long because it's just loss after loss after loss. Weapon throws are bad. You dash backed, and this looks like a misinput because this happens to Ethan and it's a controller thing. It's just a misinput. Because I can't believe that you meant to do this, and I don't think you did. But it's whatever. It happened. You get hit by that. You punish that. That's fine. Nair is not bad. But honestly, after that Nair, you should have kept moving to be under him. Gauntlets don't have anything they can do if you're under him, but if you give him time to move back down, you saw how he started you. So move under him and go to the left rather than the right. Remember that. You have no dodge here still because it's an aerial dodge. Takes full advantage of it. So I'm going to look at this just to tell you what position you should have been in. You shouldn't have stared here because it was realistically for no reason. If anything, just hit the ground and end light if you want to do something so bad. Don't stare though. So the stare gets here by the side sig. Okay. You then stare back, and then you dodge upwards away, and then you stare again. And this is that same position I'm telling you about, where you refuse to touch the wall. And it is costing you. You are not touching the wall. You don't have anything. You just use your dodge. You have recovery, but you don't use it. Okay, fine. At least recovery here after you've made the mistake. But just touch the wall. It's like, you have to. You can. You can't just keep playing. Touch the wall. Because you didn't touch the wall and because you didn't go high, it said you land, you get it by a full 3-piece, and it does a lot of damage to you. Weapon throw hits you, and now you're moving into him over and over again. This is a bad spot for every single weapon in the game. This, I'll draw it better. This area where you're above someone, because they have so much to cover this with. It's just not a good spot. And I've been mentioning it about Axe. It's a bad spot in general because there's just so much for them to do. So try to avoid it. You're moving in, and here it's like you're just trying to move down. You're just trying to get back to the ground, but you are doing it into him. And and I'll show it to you. He goes for the sensing. You move around it, and then you land with him. He hits you with that, and you go back up. Right? You're not. Also, that could have been. That's so avoidable. He throws weapon at you. And instead of immediately leaving the area and disengaging, you just eat the recovery. That's bad, so don't do that. But at this point, you're still moving into him. That was a super close call that you barely avoided with a jump. Now you have no jumps. And you're still above him. You're still jumping around him, in the air. It's just, stick to the ground. It's too high up. Your weapons don't do anything up there. You play 2 of the most, grounded game weapons in the game. Straight up. Your cannon is based completely on side light, down light, end light. Your aerials are awful. They are bad on cannon. They are. They really are. Sarah, I'll prioritize long recovery. You get punished for using it. And then Dere, you have to be low and close to them to hit it, right? So why are you so high up? Recovery, they're not above you. It doesn't make sense. So the only thing you can argue is Sarah, and it doesn't make sense. It's just not good. Don't do that. Stop jumping so much. Hit the ground and play for what your strengths are on your weapon. Side light him, down light him, end light him. You have these available to you. And like I said, he is playing gauntlets and guitars. I haven't seen him pick up the guitars once, so I assume he's dog shit at them, but he does not have priority over you. You can beat him out. Hit the ground, bro. On the ground, you have favor. You win on the ground here. You really do. You missed the sideline there. Learn to practice hitting that. I don't know how much you miss it or how much you will admit that you miss it, Because honestly, you play so much in the air that I have not seen you hit side light here. And the one time I did see you hit side light, it looked like you misinputted. So, in general, be on the ground more, like way more. Like if you can beat someone, fine. But I can tell you for a fact that the higher you go up, or the higher you plan to go up, you won't get farther than where you are now if you keep jumping like this. People will figure it out and they will punish you. But yeah, so you hit side light and you're missing out on damage now because you hit side light and you didn't get your Sam. Or your Nair. You just missed it. And that's something you can't afford. That's 30 damage. You just missed 30 damage. GC was whatever. The GC was whatever, except then with options left, you go straight down. You have recovery, you have another jump, but you just go straight down. And I'm gonna look at this for you. This is because you were there for a second, so I'm gonna look at this for you, and then hopefully you figure it out in general. This is that area where Axe can finally do the dares you want to do. This is that area where they jump and you react and dare them immediately as they jump. This is that area where they dodge and you can fast fall down and down air them. This is that area where you can finally actually do work. This is that area, right? You're finally there. This is the area you play at where nothing will ever happen. And so you need to be practicing being around this area so you can actually get shit done. Because you're too high. You're just too high. You can't hit anyone. It's not even like it's just a jump thing. Just don't jump that high. You should have jumped again. At least to reset your jumps on this platform because you got punished here. And once again, I'm going to tell you that if this guy was like good, right? If this guy was good, you would have died for this. Not died, but like he hit you with a sig, right? Guy built like me, but I'm just built different, as you know. So, guy built like me would have dashed onto you, side lighted you. That's a true combo into end light. That's a true combo into down light if I want to read your dodge again. That's more damage than the side sig already, but that's just guy like me. Kind of cool. Slow on the punish. He downlighted you and you could have definitely punished it. So, right here. There. But you're late. Go back to cannon, and he's about to die here. So let's see what you do to kill him. You're still throwing out moves that's not going to hit him. You're not respecting him. You take so much damage here. So much. For no reason. So side light, true into down light. You can't avoid that. Okay. You dodge up, and then you go back down. You can't. Qatar player, when you get out of it, when they do downlight, what are they looking for again? And this is common. This is everywhere. They downlight you. What do they do next? Downlight again, right? Mm-hmm. So you go back into it knowing he's coming out with another downlight. No, you don't know it, but now you know it. Okay. He's coming out with another downlight. He's coming with maybe an end light even. The point is, don't go back into people. And frankly, never go back into people if you don't have a dodge. It doesn't matter what the weapon is. It will kill you. You cannot, if you're moving into them with no dodge, they hit you, right? Like, if they're moving into you with, if you're moving into someone with no dodge and they throw out a move, what are you going to do? What are you gonna do? You can't do anything. You just moved into their hitbox with no frames of advantage. You just get hit. Which that happens here. He nairs you, then you make your third bad dodge in a row. This is bad because this is Qatar's and there is no correct dodge. Like, this dodge was not bad. What was bad was you went back down into him. Then here you made another dodge. It was a bad dodge, but you need to either go back or, like, you spot dodge. This is not a bad dodge because there is no bad dodge. There is dodge and then he reads it, right? I'm going to tell you exactly why a spot dodge would have been better, okay? He read your diagonal dodge. He could have read your diagonal dodge in the other direction. Okay? If you dodge up, there's nothing he can do here besides nair you or sair you. There's nothing he can do here besides nair you or sair you. There's nothing he can do here besides nair you. This is the least dangerous dodge in the middle, if it's just a spot dodge, because nothing, right? Nothing will hit him. Nothing will hit you except nair. Okay? That's just simple. That's just why. Left, right, you saw look at what he gets because he dodged left or right. He sucks, but you were dead. He actually did all the inputs, but he was a bit low. So, it kind of cost him. Ground pound again. Looks like you're just annoyed with the ground pound, because this is what you did last game when you were annoyed. Yeah, that ground pound's not going to work like that. That's not how you do that. The Dere would have actually been better for you, so. Sig was kind of greedy, kind of bad. Sidelights there, good. It hit, but like I said, this is another one of those things where it's like, Remy, you told me not to always do that, but it hit this time, so what now, right? And that's just what it is. It's a string weapon. You're not always going to get it. This was honestly not even bad, because if you go a bit further back, you can see where he uses his dodge, right? So this was kind of a bit more there for you. He had no dodge. So it's kind of there, but yeah. Then what? I'm sorry, like, maybe you can enlighten me on what the fuck this is? Maybe he's dreaming. The GC down sig back to stage. Honestly, I haven't tried it out yet. Maybe I need to lab this, pull it out in tournament myself.
You wanna ask him?
Shit, you can ask him and get back to me on that. I'm praying for that guy. But you make it back. I'm pretty sure you hit him as soon as he lands. Sidelight him. Okay. Sidelight him. Nothing really happening there. You need to slow this down, and this is why. Okay, this weapon specifically is Qatar's gauntlets. They need to continuously break into you for anything to happen. They need to break into you for how much damage? 13, 10, 12 max. Gauntlets is a bit more, but Qatar's is not a lot of damage for sure. Now, look at the game state. He is just spawned fresh on his stock. He is trying to kill you, who is deep in your stock. He is going to be, even though you're even and he doesn't have to come at you, he is going to be slowly coming at you for the KO, right? That's just like common thing. It's just like in your head. You're trying to, he's going, okay, I need to kill him real fast. And you can see it, you can kind of see it the way he moves. He's slowly but surely moving towards you, and he's using SIGs when he moves towards you. So slow it down and just kind of think about what's happening. Side SIG, and SIG, side SIG. He's just spamming and you don't do anything about it. This is really bad for me. This is like really, really bad for me. Yeah, it's awful. I think that was supposed to be an end light, but you didn't fast fall enough. But even that end light wasn't gonna hit him, was it? Let's see. It would have. Okay, but it's just like not a good trade. Side light happens, doesn't work out. Weapon throw. He's weapon throwing a lot, and this is just a thing. It's not, I'm not gonna like tell you like, oh, do this against it. There's no big counterplay. It's just weapon throw. It happens, right? So here's, just keep that in mind, right? Try to dodge it next time. Try to avoid it. He's done it like 4 times now, I've seen. You just keep going at him. You go at people way too much. Like, it's just bad. You attack guy, hits them. Then you jump and side air, even though he's not very close to you. He hits you, you dodge in a bad direction, and then as soon as you dodge, thank the Lord you were off stage. You honestly, luck saved you, because you side air into the wall, but you were trying to side air at him, and you can't even deny that. You're just trying to go back at him, is it gonna work you're like, is it gonna work the third time? It missed the first 2 times. The third time is the one where it goes, right? No, it's not. You just APM super hard. You APM your recovery, and now you're down an entire game worth of a lead. So you're just too fast, and you're probably like already tilted because like your friend is sniping you or whatever. But like, he had no dodge there, by the way, so you could have kept going on that. Carry your second Sair. You need to keep track of people's dodges to play this weapon, and when you actually can and do, and you will get there, you will be so much better. That weapon throw is really bad. Don't be like him. He throws his weapon for no reason, and it hits you sometimes, but imagine if it was missing, he'd be unarmed all the time. You're actually not throwing a weapon a lot, and that's a good thing. When you'll like slowly as you get higher and better, you'll realize when to throw your weapon a lot, but throwing it for no reason is not good for you, and it becomes a bad habit. Double Dime throws his weapon all the time for no reason, and like it's just like, why are you throwing a weapon? But if you get a high rank with your weapon in your hands, you know how to use your weapons, and and then in that high rank you learn how to actually weapon throw and be good with it. But if you weapon throw up to a high rank, you're just spamming it and you look like an idiot, even though it's working, and it stops working, and then you're stuck there, and now you're in this bad habit of just, oh, I'm weapon throwing, oh, I'm weapon throwing, oh, I'm weapon throwing. So yeah. Side sig comes out. I don't like that end sig. It has no world. It doesn't exist. Like this one right here, down sig is fine. Dare punish. End sig. Doesn't make sense. I don't even think it hits him if he dodges to the right, to be honest, so don't. Go in the right direction at least. Downlight, side light. You've just taken the same thing as last stock, continuously running at him, taking so much damage, not killing him, even though he's already in red, and your character is literally the epitome of killing in Brawlhalla. Your character exists to kill people in Brawlhalla, so I'll tell you straight up that lacking kill efficiency on a character that was made to kill people is not a good look, okay? And you finally get in with the down sig. You're good at the down sigs, I'll be real with you. That is something you're good at hitting, so. Ooh. Yeah, okay, it gets to a point where, and this is always a what if it worked thing, because string weapons will always be what if it worked. I can always tell you, oh, look at what he did, you should have done this, but what if he didn't do that, then I should have done this, right? That's always going to be the case with a string weapon. It always changes. There's so many possibilities, so many instances. But at this point, you have hit him and then dash backed 4, maybe 5 times, right? You've hit him and then you back up trying to read the either dodge into you, and it's never happened. It's never happened. So at this point, you need to start moving towards him with it. You've never worked. It's never worked going back. So now you need to do it forward. You just have to. Side light, and he's just spamming down. So just do end light or something. That was good. But again, this is like the you're not good at Brawlhalla thing, where it's like, okay, side air, side light worked, but you don't know if he has dodge or not. So why did you continue it on for the Sair? And you do it again here, but this kills you. You see what I'm saying? You side light him, you Sair him, even though he has dodge, and now you'll actually understand what I'm talking about, because it killed you. You died because you did this. You died because you went too deep without anything to hold you accountable for it. He has no reason to get hit by this, and you died because you went for it. Okay? Keep track of his dodge. If you just sidelight Sair and he has dodge, you will die, right? And you did die. You're not even gonna say, no, I won't, I'll get past him. You just died. So there's no argument. You're going to die. Again, it looks like all your mistakes are around the same point. Lack of confidence sometimes, not all, this game not so much. going in over and over again, not giving yourself that time to think. You can't make the decisions if you keep going in. Jumping too much, way too much, and too high. You can jump. Jump is broken, trust me. You can jump. Not that high. You won't hit anyone. You're just jumping to waste your jumps, not to hit anyone. You're not baiting. You're jumping. Lack of killing, even though you're playing the strongest character in the game. You're not killing anyone. You need to kill people. It needs to happen. And those are your 4 core errors. And if you can fix those 4 things, your goal is easily attainable for you because you are good at so many other things. You know what 6 to use. You can see when the opportunities are there even though you don't have the confidence to take them. You're good at so many other things, and these 4 things are the main things holding you back. You're jumping too much, too high, not hitting anyone with those jump because you're so high. You're not using your grounded kit at all, too. That's 5 things. You're not like I barely see you throw out any grounded moves. The aerial moves are good, but they're not combos. You're just getting one hit, right? You need combos. You need strings. You're playing big weapons, so on the ground is important for you. And those are the 5 things. And if you need me to write them down for you, I will literally write them down, and so you can keep them.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, that's 1. That's 2. And there's a channel under coaching if you can see it. So you can see it because I gave you the permissions. I said there was 5 things, but I'm only remembering 4 off the top of my head. You jumping, grounded kit, too fast, and left behind, can't get out. Oh. Okay, so I don't think we have time to watch a pro unless you really want to see Sandstorm play Cannon, but you can honestly do that on your own time. We're at 140, and I don't think there would be much to even see. I feel like I spend a lot of time on your games. Usually it's like an hour, and that's fine, but I don't mind going over at all. It doesn't matter to me.
No.
It's fun to go over too, so.
I'm about to dream, that's why. So.
Yeah. So you, like I said, the 5 things: you're jumping too high, you're out of range to hit anyone. If someone jumps and you won't be able to react to it to punish the jump, you won't be able to do a move if they do something on the ground. You need to be closer to the ground, and if you're going to jump, you need to learn how to float. And there's a difference between jumping and floating. Well, there's not, because to float you have to jump, but there's floating is what is next after jumping. Okay. And this is, I'm doing it on stream right now just because why not? We're going to end this soon, but just to close things up and get you where you need to be. This is floating. Okay, and you land. And you land, and you float, and you land. I'm not up here. I'm not all the way in the sky. You land, and you float, and you land, and you float, and you land, and you float. And that's it. That's it. That's all it is. That's floating. And you float to bait. You can float to bait and to punish people doing stuff on the ground, doing stuff when they jump at you. That's fine. I'm not telling you not to float. I am telling you not to jump 3 times, dodge in the air. You just look like you're insane. It's crazy. It does not work. Use your grounded kit. You have to. You're not using it at all. And just for little funsies, like, and I'm sure you've seen me do this on stream over and over again, okay? How much? This is 8 force. There's... Stop jumping. Alright. No. I'm using a stance or something. I think it's... Oh, it's 9. I can't even get a bot to explain how much damage you do. Like, you do more damage than the highest defense in the game. And you're missing out on that. You are missing out on that. Why are you missing out on that? It's not even because you're jumping, because you can float and get this. It's because you're so high up, and even when you're on the ground, you're not going for this. Can you count this? That's 30 plus 1. This is 31 damage on an 8 defense character. Like, and I can't make him take less. Is that not crazy? And it's just like, what are you going to do about this stuff? If you're hitting this on people, I don't know if I need to do it, but I will make another Smurf and I will go to 2100 for you, and I will sidelight Nair people. Only sidelight Nair, and I will win the games. Because this is 30 damage, guys. This is 30 damage. It's not fair. It's like, it's not sarcasm, it's not a joke. This does 30 damage. Hey, you misspaced it, boom, you just did 20, you just did 31. Good job. Congratulations. Like, the stuff plays for you. The game plays itself. You just gotta be down there. This move, free anti-air. Every other idiot that's jumping around you, you're just jumping higher than them. When in reality, you could just do this move for 16 damage. Like, it's just free stuff that you're missing out on. You need to work on hitting this Dere into the down link. Even though it's, not only is it true, but even when it's not true, it just does so much, right? So work on that, the grounded Dere. I didn't see you use that a lot. There's just so many options you're not using its full potential. So down light, side light Nair. End light is good too, if you can figure out where to put it in. I wouldn't say it's like as broken as the rest of the stuff. And then, yeah. Like, I'm feeling like you're missing out. And Axe, Cannon too. Even though, like I said, Cannon is a string weapon, so there's so much more to it than just, oh, this is what's right all the time. Like, 2 side lights, whatever you think is there. But you can't get any of that because while you, where do you have to be to hit side light? You have to be here, where I'm standing. This is how you hit side light. You are here doing this. Or you're not even doing that because you're missing your dares. You're doing this, okay? So you get my point. I'm not going to keep, like, treating you like you're shit at this game or flaming you. You get my point. You're too high.
Yeah.
You're not using the moves you have to your advantage. And when you're behind, this is what you look like. You just start staring. You get hit, stare. You get hit, dare, stare. We'll go towards him, dare. And you can't do that. Your character is so good from ahead, and it's okay from behind, but you are making it look bad from behind because you are just spamming moves. You can never spam moves in this game. It just doesn't. It's never going to work. And like I said, this I can't show you. Only you can do this for yourself. You need to work on taking what's yours, seeing stuff that's there, and going for it. Because you try to go for it sometimes, and that's good. Even if you are missing it sometimes, you can try and fail, but every failure will help you get it better next time. And sure, you'll drop a couple elo. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you learn something from that game, you take it to your next game, and you're better in your next game. And that's all that matters, okay? But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap this up, because we are going on too long. Do you have any questions?
No, I do not.
Alright, so I think we're good. I'm gonna end the YouTube video here. Thank you,
Appreciate it.
YouTube.